All right, thank you guys. Welcome to our NBA video here today. For Tuesday, May 25th, my name is Brock Page and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. If you end up really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you're new here today or this week and you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. I'd love to connect with you on a daily basis. Now, if you're new to my channel here today, do you want to see which one of these YouTube picks I'm actually betting on personally? You can also do that as well on my website, and that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, we're 2-0 in our last two crowd pleaser teasers on my Patreon website. And the good news is we have another crowd pleaser teaser tier package pick going off this evening. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 crowd pleaser teasers in that very same category. We currently have over 1,225 members who are signed up and active on that site. If you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that page is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. With that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA playoff action. We're going to start with the Celtics versus the Nets, 7:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Brooklyn Nets are -9.5, totals 227. Now, Brooklyn's on a 2-game winning streak, 6-0 against the number in those victories. Brooklyn scores over 118 points a night, and they shoot just about 50% from the field. Kevin Durant led the team in regular season points with 26 a night. He also had 7 rebounds, 5 assists he averaged for KD. Durant also shot 45% from beyond the arc in the regular season. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving averaged 26 points a game himself, 4 rebounds, 6 assists for Kyrie. Now, Brooklyn leads the NBA in offensive field goal percentage, and they're also making nearly 40% of their three-pointers as a team. They're taking on a Boston club who plays their worst basketball on the road. Now, out of Boston's 37 road games this year, they got the W just 15 times. They also successfully covered the point spread in just 43% of those road games as well. The Celtics struggle offensively when they travel. They're in the bottom 10 in road scoring, bottom 5 in first quarter scoring on the road as well. When it comes to the total in this one, Boston's last 5 straight all stayed under the number, 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Brooklyn. Meanwhile, the Nets went 70% to the under in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Brooklyn Nets -9.5 and the under 227. Next ball game, it is going to be Lakers versus the Suns, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The LA Lakers are -2, numbers 209. Now, Los Angeles is in the bottom 10 in the entire NBA in scoring on average per contest. The Lakers are averaging just 107 points a game when they travel as well. They've also struggled getting offensive boards. They're currently in the bottom 10 in road offensive rebounding. Now, they're taking on a Phoenix team who won their last 4 straight. And they played exceptional basketball on their home court this year. Phoenix is currently 18-9 straight up as the home team, 65% against the number in those home games. Now, keep an eye on Chris Paul here this evening. He's got a shoulder injury, although many reports have him listed as probable for tonight's contest. So, pretty much pending warm-ups, we're probably going to see Chris Paul in action here tonight. Now, he averaged over 16 points a night in the regular season, 4 rebounds, 8 assists for the point guard. Meanwhile, Devin Booker led the team with over 25.5 points a night in the regular season, along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. D-Book also shot 87% from the stripe. The Suns allowed just 107 points a night on their home court. They're also in the top 5 in the league in defending the 3-ball at home as well. Now, total-wise, 7 out of Phoenix's last 10 meetings with the Lakers stayed under the line. LA's gone 70% to the under in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Phoenix Suns +2 and the under 209. And that, guys, and now we're going to jump into our next and final matchup, Mavericks versus the Clippers, 10:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off. The LA Clippers are -7, totals 215. But as good as the Clippers have been this season, they've really struggled to cover the number here recently. LA's gone just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 ball games, and they rank in the bottom half of the NBA in offensive rebounding. They're taking on a Dallas club who won 7 out of their last 9, and they successfully covered the point spread 6 times during that stretch. Now, the Mavs have played solid on the defensive end of the court this year. They're in the top 3 in defensive field goal percentage on the road, and they allow just 109 points per contest when they travel. Meanwhile, offensively, Luka Doncic led the team with nearly 28 points a night in the regular season, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for the guard. Meanwhile, Kristaps Porzingis scored 20 a night in the regular season himself, along with 8 boards. Now, this Mavericks club also has a tendency to score most of their points late in games. They're in the top 10 in both third quarter and fourth quarter scoring on the road. And when it comes to the total on this one, Dallas went 5-1 to the over in their last 6 ball games. Clippers saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Dallas Mavericks +7, keeping this one close, and the over 215. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap, powered to you by my Patreon website. I like Brooklyn -9.5, under 227. Phoenix +2, under 209. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 2-0 in our last 2 crowd pleaser teasers on my Patreon website. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 crowd pleaser teasers in that very same category. I'm going to lean toward the Dallas Mavericks +7 and the over 215. And once again, guys, if you found yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you're new here today or this week, please feel free to welcome yourself to the party by hitting that subscribe button as well. I'd love to connect with you on a daily basis and, kind of be a part of your everyday daily routine. And with that, guys, now it's time for some shout outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to Daniel Robb, Anthony Bivens, Gerald Pulaski, Blaine Medvick. Shout out to Aaron Posey, Young Shard, Travis Jones, DJ Wavy, Michael Williams, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Zach Wild. Great name. I love that name, Zach Wild. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today on my Patreon website, just keep in mind, Patreon's going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a package here today, you're going to get access to that content through the end of May. And then Patreon is going to bill you again on June 1st unless you opt out. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.